Alright, so we about to, word on the block is we about to basically have this moon entering Scorpio tomorrow. So when the moon enters Scorpios, you already know what that is about to basically be catering towards too. Which means you shouldn't be basically expressing too much, aka talking too much, aka putting too much worry out there, for me. You need to pretty much be focusing on being private and hidden, aka staying down until you come up for the next few days. Because of course, when you stay down, when you come up and you don't tell everybody everything, you put yourself into a situation to have more time and more focus on how you kind of like, correlating your correspondence towards things, and of course how you're attacking your projects. Ever heard the term, oh, don't tell everybody everything? Feel me? Yeah, this is energy of that, which means you got to put yourself into a secluded and of course a closed location, aka you need to separate. You need to get away from someone or something, or just things in the original individual things in the individually. Now when the moon is in Scorpio, there's a whole lot of deep transformations going on, a whole lot of depth, a whole lot of behind the scenes, a whole lot of occult, a whole lot of mysticism. So that means you basically need to be basically reacting and responding towards keeping things hidden and private, and of course being perfect with it when it comes to the actions of the Virgo energies, making sure it's on the scheduling system for these next few days. So or Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendances, you guys are going to be basically opposite or getting opposed tomorrow. Or Aquarius and Leos, you guys are going to be basically going through conflict tomorrow. Or also Scorpios, you guys are going to be getting hit heavy also with them influences from Uranus, from the North Node, and the Taurus energies in general. Now, all other zodiac signs, for instance, Aries, you guys are going to be basically going through circumstance situations of misunderstandings or expressing misunderstandings. Geminis, you guys are going to be also dealing with misunderstandings as well. Libras, you're also going to be basically dealing with misunderstandings because, you may talk too much about something. Geminis, you may basically go through a misunderstanding when it comes to expressing too much or talking about too much, because you got to be private and hidden. You can't be talking too much tomorrow. Cancers, you guys are going to have gifts. Pisces, you guys are going to have gifts. But you guys is very, open out there too with your emotions and things that matter. See, Cancers, they kind of like, they kind of like restrictive on who they open to at times too. Pisces, they're very mutable, so they adapt to things, and of course they express things. See, Leo, you're going to be expressing too much. That ain't going to be the time for that tomorrow, which is going to be spread your way. Virgos, you're going to have opportunities. Sagittarius, you guys are going to basically be dealing with some misunderstandings too, and also some semi-sextiles. Capricorns, you guys are going to have opportunities. Aquarius, you guys are going to go through some conflicts and shit. For me, because you need to focus on, be private and hidden. Don't associate yourself with too many things. And Pisces, we already said you guys. But yeah, this is going to be an. Now, the area and location that you're going to have Scorpio at, it's going to basically be a house and location. And of course, it's going to be the area and the comfortability where Scorpio feels comfortable at. Now, what's going to basically be opposing that is going to be Uranus, forcing change there unexpectedly. And also the North Node in Taurus, aka a spiritual path. It's going to basically be creating some form of equilibrium and balance where you can pretty much look towards the high expectation in that perspective, which means you should always basically have high expectations no matter how the outcomes or outlooks looks. Better always have high expectations. Now, when the moon into Scorpio tomorrow, the moon is going to fall here. It's going to basically kind of like be debilitated in a kind of way. It's going to basically be doing reacting and responding in ways that don't pretty much feel comfortable with doing. So of course that means you're going to basically be going through a transformation when it comes to your feelings, your emotions about wherever you have Scorpio at in your house. So you're going to go through some transformation area on a deeper level, and that transformation should be basically private and hidden, secret. Also, you're going to be basically dealing with some past skeletons in that house as well, wherever you have Scorpio at in their charts, so be aware of that. Now, we're going to basically run it down real fast, and we're going to get into the tarot card reading, what the tarot cards and the stars got to say to you when it comes to dealing with your spirit, your space, and your location. Now, if you got Scorpio in your first house, this is pretty much your private scenario, aka this is your personal house, your first house, your personality, your personal interests, and of course what you personally got going on a 24/7 day-to-day basis. Now, when it comes to this house right here, you need to come up with a new way of transforming and of course taking power and control over your personal life, and of course just making sure that your personal life and your private life is hidden during this time. Don't be basically expressing too much during this time. You need to basically retreat, focus on you. Get your this is like your moon. The moon's in Scorpio, so this is like your birthday today in your first house. Feel me? Now, if you got the birthday of Scorpio in your second house, you basically need to come up with a new you need to come up with a new way of transforming, aka planting seeds in that area, taking transformation and taking power and control over what you value, over your status, your goals, your ambitions, what motivates you, and things that you hold on to. Now, if you ain't being valued by the right people, places, and things, you need to transform them out your life. And if you ain't valuing the right things right now, you need to transform that out your life and come up with a whole new way of valuing the right things in your life. And of course, you're going to be basically dealing with some past people, places, and things that value you, or things that you value. You're going to be basically popping up. And if you got this in your first house, you're going to be dealing with past people, places, and things that was personally had deeper connections with you, or that you had personal deeper connections with. That's going to be basically dealing with that perspective. Now, if you got this in your third house, be aware of your environment and your surroundings. You're going to be manifesting a whole lot of new transformations and ways of dealing with friends, siblings, neighbors, environments, and surroundings, or the way you think of communicate and share is going to basically be going through a transformation. And you're going to be basically dealing with some past situations that previously had took place in your third house, which is your environment, your surroundings, and your friends. Now, if you have Scorpio in your fourth house, see, the fourth house falls here. It's sleep here. It means they go through a whole lot of ups and downs and a whole lot of self-doubts. Now, you can either manifest situations of your home, your family. It can be very power controller during this time, or you could be the one that's transforming, of course, coming up with a new way of taking power control over your home, your family, and, of course, your privacy and your comfortability. Now, be aware you're going to basically be going through some oppositions from your 10th house. Unexpected changes when it comes to your status, your comfortability, and, of course, the areas and locations that you gain safety and security from. Also, you're going to be dealing with some past, previous circumstances and situations that you had previously with home and family that's going to pop up back up during this time, aka karma. Good karma or bad karma. Now, if you got this in your fifth house, you are going to basically be reacting deeply towards transformation when it comes to your expressions, your creativity, your fun, your entertainment, and, of course, your enjoyment, and, of course, your love affairs. Also, you're going to be dealing with past circumstances, situations of your fifth house, past creative endeavors, past childlike natures, and, of course, past enigmas that you kind of like hanged on and clinged on to. Now, you're going through some whole lot of learning aspects in this house, so you need to learn how to transform or be transformed. And you're also going to basically be getting opposed by the Taurus energies in your 11th house, people that you had attachments to when it comes to your associations. Now, if you got this in your 6th house, you're going to basically be going through a deep transformation to dealing with your home, your health, your work, your routines, and things that you want to do on a day-to-day basis. You're going to come up with a whole new way of transforming that shit. And, of course, taking power control over that. And you're going to manifest past experiences dealing with your health, routines. That's going to help you or make you or break you. So make sure your health is in good tact. And now you're going to get opposed by your 12th house, dreams, fantasies. Certain dreams and imaginations are going to oppose you when you go to sleep. So make sure you're in a peaceful state when you go to sleep tonight. You got this in your 7th house. You're going to go through some deep transformation when it comes to your relationships with people, places, and things generally. Now, also be aware you're going to get opposed by your personal life or the personal individual that's in your life. Now, if you got this in your 8th house, you're going to go through some deep, underneath the surface transformations when it comes to your desires, your passions, your private areas, and you're going to basically get very, very aroused. Now, you're also going to be dealing with some skeletons in your 8th house. Now, you're going to get opposed by the people, places, and things that you value. Now, if you got this in your 9th house, you're going to go through a deep transformation to dealing with your experiences, your beliefs, and what you express and what you travel. You're traveling. Now, you're going to get opposed by your environment and the people, places, and things that's in it. Now, if you got this in your 10th house, you're going to go through some deep transformation to deal with your status, your career, your goals, your responsibilities, your duties, and, of course, your obligations. Now, you're going to get opposed by your own family and the people, places, and things that make you feel comfortable. Now, if you got this in your 11th house, you're going to get opposed by your 5th house, but also you're going to go through some deep transformation to deal with your associations, your friends, and, of course, the people that you connect with. And if you got this in your 12th house, you're going to go through some deep transformation when it comes to your dreams, fantasies, and illusions. You're going to get opposed by your work, health, and routine.